Hello and welcome to the Street Crime UK YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Today we're going to take a look at the case of the former BBC radio DJ turned YouTuber Alex Belfield, who was 42 and had been branded Jimmy Savile of trolling by Papers after he's been jailed for 5 years for stalking Jeremy Vine and other stars, unleashing a tsunami of hate during a 9-year abuse campaign. The former BBC local radio DJ Alex Belfield has been jailed for 5 years after being convicted of 4 stalking charges against broadcasters, including Jeremy Vine. Mr. Belfield, who was 42, was found guilty after a trial last month of waging a relentless stalking campaign against broadcasters. TV's Jeremy Vine subjected to an avalanche of hatred. Mr. Vine labelled him Jimmy Savile of trolling during a trial which heard he had repeatedly posted and sent abusive messages, videos and emails. In August, Mr. Belfield of Mapley was convicted of stalking to cause alarm and distress to BBC Radio Northampton's Bernie Keith, and guilty of the same charge concerning videographer Ben Hewis. He was further found guilty of simple stalking regarding the theatre blogger Philip Dehany, and to simple stalking of Jeremy Vine, the presenter, broadcaster and journalist who is best known for hosting a show on BBC Radio 2. Mr. Keith was left feeling suicidal by a tsunami of hate the trial heard. Mr. Vine also gave evidence against Mr. Belfield, telling jurors, "It is not a regular troll here. This is the Jimmy Savile of trolling," describing watching Mr. Belfield's video output as like swimming in sewage. Mr. Vine said of the defendant's conduct, "It felt like I had a fishhook in my face and my flesh was being torn, and the only way to avoid further pain was to stay completely still." In dramatic witness evidence, Mr. Vine sobbed as he told jurors how Mr. Belfield's videos and tweets about him launched an avalanche of hatred from other internet users and meant he had to install security cameras in his home because he feared one of the 42-year-old's disciples may launch a knife or acid attack against him or his family. Nottingham Crown Court heard Mr. Vine, who claimed Mr. Belfield made 124 references to him in his online content in a 14-day period, was even forced to put a picture of Mr. Belfield in the hallway and warn his teenage daughter to be on guard while on the street, causing her to burst into tears. Jurors convicted Mr. Belfield of 4 charges committed between 2012 and 2021. Mr. Belfield has been given a total of 5 years and 26 weeks in prison, of which he will serve half on all 4 charges he was convicted of. Mr. Justice Saini, who was sentencing, told Mr. Belfield, who was sat taking notes in court in the dock, "Your offences are so serious, only a custodial sentence can be justified." John McGuinness QC, who was prosecuting, had told the jurors that Mr. Belfield offending was more akin to internet trolling than the recognisable form of stalking, following the victim when they are moving around in the street or turning up at their house or place of work to confront. He said case involved Mr. Belfield either repeatedly directly contacting his victims via emails, tweets or Facebook messages, or making statements about them in emails or on Twitter and in videos he uploaded to the internet. During his evidence, Mr. Vine revealed he had previously had a physical stalker and claimed that it was a picnic compared to Mr. Belfield's online harassment, which took place over an 11-month period between 2020 and last year. He described how Mr. Belfield encouraged supporters to make hoax phone calls to his Channel 5 TV and BBC Radio 2 show. Mr. Vine said he hasn't been aware of Mr. Belfield's existence since April 2020, when an acquaintance sent him a link to a video on YouTube that featured a rant about him, with Mr. Belfield concluding, "This guy really pisses me off." Mr. Vine said that in hindsight, he wished he hadn't viewed it, adding, "Watching this man is like swimming in sewage." Constant bombardment of videos, tweets and message then followed. Mr. Vine then told the hearing, "I can see he's really starting to personally dislike me, and I don't know why, because I've never had anything to do with this man. This starts to get more worrying for me because clearly it is Alex versus Jeremy and he has an agenda, and I'm wondering if I've started to have a problem here." He added that Mr. Belfield had started falsely claiming that Mr. Vine had stolen £1,000 of licence fee payers' money to put towards a memorial service for a radio executive, John Myers, who died at the age of 60. Mr. Vine broke down as he told jurors how that accusation, which he described as a complete lie, had led to one troll targeting an online tribute he posted to his father, who died of Parkinson's disease. He said his comment was, "What would your father have said if he knew his son was a thieving toe rag? I couldn't handle it. I went to the police and I said couldn't handle it anymore." Mr. Vine added that Mr. Belfield of Mapley, Nottingham, escalated the harassment from week to week to day, claiming he operates through a persistence and repetition. "Couldn't sleep. You were thinking about this 24/7. Mr. Vine said it had left him shredded. He added, "It launched an incredible hate against me. I had 5,000, 10,000 hateful personal tweets as a direct result of Mr. Belfield. He kept on and I was anxious. Couldn't eat or sleep for a time. I felt wounded. I felt there was absolutely no escape. We are dealing with a serious criminality here. This is not a regular troll. This is the Jimmy Savile of trolling. Every reference to him makes my flesh creep. All he does is lie. I have had a physical stalker who followed me, and that was a picnic compared to this guy. His videos are still online. In 1,000 years, my great-great-grandchildren will see stories about how I stole £1,000 and there's nothing I can do about it." Mr. Justice Saini said that pre-sentence report showed that while Mr. Belfield fully acknowledges the distress to victims, it also highlights you still appear to focus on the impact on you and feel in certain respects you've been treated unfairly. The judge told Mr. Belfield that while not traditionally stalking, your methods were just as effective as a way of intimidating victims and in many ways much harder to deal with. He added that there was no escape for Mr. Belfield's victim until bail conditions were imposed ahead of his trial, and he also agreed with Mr. Vine's characterization of the ex-DJ, that he had weaponized the internet against those he targeted. As you quoted, "Your aim was to haunt your victims. They believed you would never go away," the judge said. Mr. Justice Saini said that although Mr. Belfield had a right to free speech, he wasn't entitled to ruin the personal lives of those he targeted, who had no escape until police bail conditions stopped the harassment following his arrest. The judge also imposed restraining orders preventing Mr. Belfield, who showed no reaction as he was sentenced, from contacting his victims until further notice, and told him to pay £10,000 in costs. Thank you for joining us today. What are your opinions on Alex Belfield being jailed? Do you believe he took it too far with his stalking? Do you think the sentence of 5.5 years was too harsh or not harsh enough? Please let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like and share, and if you're new to the channel and want to see more Street Crime UK content, hit subscribe and press that bell so you can join us on the next video. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, stay safe.